Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Hunter and today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the 2013 Harvester. Okay, so as you guys could have seen in the title, this is the oldest animatronic that I have in my collection. I got this guy off of eBay in maybe mid-September, I want to say, and I'm so happy to have him. This guy, I've seen him so many times and he's just an awesome animatronic. I like the classic scarecrow look. Also, it's Christmas time. I'm on Christmas break right now, so I thought maybe I'd give you guys some videos. I know we're a little bit after Halloween. I got a lot of videos to show you guys here soon. I got about 8 videos after this guy here that I'll be posting here shortly. So with all that said, let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the box up close here. This is what his box looks like. That's what the Harvester looks like himself. This guy, he's fully complete. He's fully working. He's literally in pristine condition. Like there's no problems with him at all. I guess the only thing that I did really notice was on his like scythe. It's bending a little bit. It's only foam, and it's bound to happen. This guy came out in 2013. What do you expect, right? He also comes with his original step pad. I'm assuming it didn't come included with him, but it has like a connector on it. It's weird. I'll show you guys once I get him opened up here. But he does have the original pull-out tray as well. So I'm just going to lay this guy down, pull him out, try to get him adjusted here. Actually, before I pull him out, I'm just going to readjust the camera angle so you guys can see what he looks like. All right, so we readjusted the camera angle there. Just trying to shimmy him out just because how old his box is. I don't want to ruin it any more than it's like already damaged. Let's try. Sound a little bit of a hard time there. There we go. All right, so there's his box. He's got a great box. I love the old slime letter design. I wish Spirit would bring that back. I think that would be really cool. So this is the Harvester. Just try to move his step pad out of the way. That's what he looks like, all packaged up in his box. He looks great. His face is a little deformed just because of, age, and it's just latex, right? But there's his staff and everything. So let's start pulling stuff out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to pull out here is his step pad. So this is what I was talking about just a minute ago. I'll come up close to the camera here. So it has like a dual connector here, and I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, if somebody like rigged the whole wire. But it has the original 2013 plug-in, and like for newer animatronics, so like my Beetlejuice animatronic, I plugged this in and the step pad would work perfectly fine. I've even tested it and it works great. Then I'll show you the step pad itself here. So this is what the old step pads used to look like. The back has come off. Again, I ordered it off eBay, so it's not bound to be perfect. But I mean, it's still in great condition. It works great. So this is what I'll be using to trigger him in the demo part of the video. So we have his step pad there. Then we'll actually pull out his instructions. These are Techie Toys instructions. That's the company that makes the Harvester. These are what they look like. Not very much color. You can also scan the QR code there to see them in action. There's the Techie Toys logo. Just simple instructions on how to set them up. These are really cool. I'm so glad that they had them and that I have them. So there's his instructions. He comes with 3 poles, A, B, and C, I guess you could say. So C here is the stake pole, and as you guys can see, obviously there's a little bit of dirt on there because I used him during this past Halloween 2025 season. I stuck him in a hay bale, but that's really it. And the stake was clean, unless they cleaned it off before they shipped it, but it's in perfect condition, which is awesome. And then there's the other 2 poles that are like a staff. They kind of look like a bamboo a little bit. So there's his 3 poles there. And then before we actually pull the Harvester out, I'm gonna grab his plug here. I don't know if this is his original plug. It looks pretty new, unless they just kept it in really good condition. It works great. I don't know what voltage it is. It says inputs 100 to 240. Outputs 6 volts. So it's a basic adapter. So there's this adapter, and then the moment that we've been waiting for is the harvester himself. So this is the harvester. He's got a little funky face there, but that's okay. I think it just adds a little character. He does have a sensor in his hat here. It's kind of hard to see. It's right there. The sensor is actually really good. During the season, he went off like all the time. He actually kind of got really annoying. But the sensor, it worked great. I think it's a light sensor. It might be light and sound or just light. He is also compatible with batteries. And then I'll show you guys on the back here. There is a wire, so you can hang him. He doesn't have to be staked in the ground, which I really do like. I normally have him hanging up on my wall right over here, which is where we'll be doing the demo. But yeah, he's a great animatronic. He's super simple. Like I was saying about the staff, it's definitely bent. It's seen better days. But that is all of his parts. So let's get to the setup. All right. So the first step is you're going to want to grab the harvester himself. And he's got like a little cloak here. It just kind of comes down like that. There's different layers of clothing. And if you reach up, I don't actually know if he has Velcro. No, he does not have Velcro. So you got to reach up under, and there is a control box here, which I'll bring up. Now, all the older Spear Halloween props don't have volume control. So this guy's really loud, which is nice, but I just wish that maybe there was some volume control on there. So that is his control box there. Has Takey Toys' name. So 6-volt 2A DC adapter on a foot pad. He is compatible with batteries. That's basically everything. So that's where our first connection is going to go. So let's do that. We're going to grab our A here. And that just slides in. There's some notches on the top of the connector there. That just, there is a proper, yeah, there we go. And then I think you just twist it one way. There we go. So then we just connect B to B, like so. And that will, I'll twist one way or the other. We'll just lightly set them down there. There we go. That's all twisted in. Now the next step would be to connect the stake here. Obviously, we're going to have him hanging. So I'm not going to worry about that, but that would just connect right in there. And he's actually pretty tall. I think, don't know if it says on the box, but he's almost like, he's a little shorter than me, and I'm almost 6 foot. So he's pretty tall. So the next thing is actually, I'm going to go ahead and clip in his foot pad and his adapter. So it's just a little connector like that, just a white connector, and that gets connected. I'll try to bring him up here. His pole is quite tall, so I'll try to adjust his clothing just so you guys can somewhat see. There we go. All right, so see, that works pretty good. So there's a little slot right here, and that will just slide in, I think it's this way. Yes, just like that. So now we have his foot pad in, and then we're going to go ahead and grab his adapter. And the adapter will just go right here, like that. And then the clothing will just get pulled right down like so. And the last thing I'd like to mention, everybody's harvester is probably a little different, but the poles do detach. So what you do is you take the bottom of this pole here, and then there's a little connector. Drop that pole there. There's a connector on this pole, and those two just try to snap it in with one hand here. I don't think I will be able to. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there is his arms there. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there's his arms holding the pole itself. He does have wire in his arm, so they are adjustable, which is great. So let's hang him up and get to the demo. All right, so I got the microphone pinned behind him, so it might just be a little hard to hear me for a minute, but we're going to plug him in, use a step pad, and then let's get to the demo, and then we'll also do a little bit of a review on him, things that I do. We have him all plugged in. It's going to pull just because his wire isn't too long there. I got to realize that I got to talk right behind him, but I'm going to step on a step pad. We'll do the demo. Let's get to it.
This way will lead you to the house of torture, and that way will take you to a path of eternal pain and suffering. You cannot turn back, but you are free to choose.
All right, so that was the Harvester's demo. Um, it was a little loud. Like I said, he doesn't have the volume control, so it does get quite loud. I really like him. So let's take a closer look at him and things I do and don't like. All right, so now we're taking a closer look here. I just really like the classic look to him. He's a classic scarecrow. There's nothing too creepy about him. He does have some creepy lines. Um, if I really wanted to, I might be able to like reshape the face, so it looks a little bit more like the box here, the narrow face. Um, I do believe this is the 2013 model of him. I wish that maybe they would have used like a plastic or something for the sickle here. If I really want to, I might be able to just replace it with a plastic one eventually, because the joint there is quite thin, and it's only just EVA foam, so it is bound to break eventually. The hay is good; it's held up really well. The hands are great. The staff is cool. I like the blood that's dripping down it, and just his overall voice. Um, it fits the scarecrow look there. So that's really my whole overview of the harvester here. There's not too much that I don't like besides the staff, really. And I mean, that's really the only thing I wish that maybe they would have done differently is just the staff. But besides that, I really like this guy. Oh, and maybe some volume control. I would like to have some volume control on this guy just because of how loud he is. So that's my whole overview of this. I want to say thank you to everybody who watched through the whole video of me setting up the harvester from 2013. It was a great video, and hopefully I'll get some more out here soon. So see you in the next one. Bye.